Hello, and welcome to Season 1, Race 10 of my F1 24 My Team Career Mode with Rockstar Energy Racing. And we're here in Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and predictably, we've qualified last. Not one of our better tracks, and it shows. Unfortunately, I'm glad that I'm doing 16 race schedules because I will be able to. I I'm running this race once just because I want to do a European focused calendar my first year. Um, but I will definitely not. This will be the only time I'll be running this track in the career mode. So it's hard to say. I even enjoy racing at Monaco over here, and I don't even really like Monaco that much. Um, but we'll do our best. Basically, I can tell you exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get a great start. Gonna sort of dive bomb into turn one, get as many positions as I can, and then just sort of hold up everyone else behind me for the remainder of the race. Um, and then see if we score points or we don't score points or what else happens. So that is the plan. All right. All right. All right. Take care of all the other stuff before I start the race. No rain, thankfully, so that's good. Let's see. Probably need to get an aero upgrade, and then I'll probably get a durability upgrade after that, once I get more points. So we have a host of upgrades in development, which is good. And in the standings, of course, we are still in 9th place on the driver's side. Constructor side, we are still in 5th. 4 points ahead of Aston Martin. Again, our goal is to finish 8th at the very least, and we are well ahead of that goal right now. So it's just a matter of just maintaining, I guess. And some of the results for the season so far. Lando Norris leads the pack with 4 victories. On the trophy side, I have no trophies, but I do have 1 DNF and a lot of finishes in the back half of the points. So, let's dive straight into the Hungarian Grand Prix.
It's race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of Formula One action. We're not expecting too many retirements at this circuit. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless finish rates here. In particular, Ralf Schumacher, who made it across the line in all 10 of his Hungarian Grand Prix starts. Located 12 miles northeast of the Hungarian capital Budapest, the 14 corners of the Hungaro Ring are steeped in history and prestige. Overtaking's always been difficult on this technical 2.7-mile track, but the last few years in particular have turned up some exceptional races. So let's hope we're in for another one here today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Perez, Ocon, Gasly, Stroll, Albon, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Joe, Bottas, Sargent, Behrman, Golden Boy, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me for this afternoon's commentary, Naomi Schiff. Good afternoon, Gnomes. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
Well, they're certainly in a great position. It's always great to just come off of a win. The momentum's there, the team are working well together, and so is the car. So what they've got to do is just keep building on that. Don't change a winning formula. Keep it simple and keep doing what you're doing.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can. And they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, failing that, within the points. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Okay, gap ahead, 11.3 seconds. Okay, information on sights. Okay, they're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. Okay, clear. Okay, you're in the top 10. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. You're in the top 10 now, keep it up. Gap to the car in front, 3.1 seconds. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 5.0 seconds. We need to catch up with the car ahead. Gap is currently around 5 seconds. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 7.8 seconds. Car ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.4 seconds. Approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 10.9 seconds. Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Copy that. Hards next time we box. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Copy that, hards next time we box. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Tyre condition still looking good. You're running low on ERS. Reminder that you can play around with ERS modes in the MFD or lift sometimes and ease onto the brake pedal for some manual recharge. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 11.6 seconds. Ollie's in the pits. Ollie in the pits now. Okay, so all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about. Gap to your teammate behind, 8.8 seconds. Okay, gap to the car in front, 17.0 seconds. Okay, gap ahead, 19.7 seconds. Gap to the car in front, 22.9 seconds. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 7.9 seconds. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. flag. Okay, we've got a full course caution. The safety car's out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down, maintain positive delta. Okay, Okay. Far, but this is a chance to take a breath. We've got another half of this race to go, and there's still a big opportunity there. Okay. In just a moment, stand by. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 3.2 seconds. gap to your teammate behind. 5.2 seconds. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 12.6 seconds. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.1 seconds. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 23.1 seconds.
Charles Leclerc, what a drive, what a victory, he wins!
And just to seal it off, they've got the bonus point for the fastest lap too. It's something that's not that easy to achieve when you've got a car that's set up for long run pace. But to put on those tyres right at the right moment to get that fastest lap in, those extra points are going to count towards the title battle.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
And that was the Hungarian Grand Prix. Um, I don't really even know what to say. It was a shocking turn of events that allowed me to score my first podium of the career mode. So the first part of the race went pretty much how I would have expected it, where I was in the, I had made a great start. I'd gotten up to about 8th place. I eventually did lose a spot to Esteban Ocon, dropped to 9th. And I was basically, holding up everyone behind me, as I anticipated I was probably going to happen. The pit stop cycle came. I did manage to stay in front of everyone else after the pit stops. big moment in the race right there. Pierre Gasly went for a spin. That essentially blocked the track in turn 1. And that brought out the red flag. And then that led up to the restart here. And I want to go to Lando Norris because Norris had been dominating the race. But what was interesting is that I didn't realize this until after, basically about like halfway through the first lap. Norris and Piastri, the two McLarens, they were not on soft tires. Pretty much everyone else went on softs, but those two, for some reason, were still on the medium tire. Or I guess they had gone on to a different set of medium tire because they pitted already, went on to the hards. I guess they had no sets of soft tires left, and that enabled them, or that meant that they had to start on the mediums. And as I actually go to a different view here, Norris just got a terrible getaway from the line, got passed by Piastri, and then got passed by Leclerc. And actually, as well, I should go back to, Verstappen did not get a great start either, and I could actually demonstrate that through my start here. So I restarted in 9th. I was on soft tires. Yeah, and both Verstappen and Alonso did not get great starts. And I can see there, I think that's Sainz just went, just split the middle, goes through. So does Gasly, or so does Ocon, and I follow suit. Verstappen drops way back. I cut to the left. And then I make a big dive bomb here, all the way into 3rd, by Piastri, by Russell. And then at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm in a pretty solid spot. I think I can defend the podium here. But around here, I saw, Piastri is on medium tires, and they were going to slow each other up in this next set of corners. So I thought, oh, this could be me. I thought for a split second that the win was on. If I could get by Piastri and then Leclerc, I could get the lead, hold off everyone, and go on from there. But at that point, it was game over. Leclerc had the spot. He just couldn't catch him. So in the end, it's a podium, first podium of the career mode. Did not expect it to come at Hungary of all places, but the red flag was what really gifted us the opportunity to do that. And this will help us a lot in the constructor standings as we take a look at that. We are still in 5th place. We have built actually more of a gap now to Aston Martin because we finished, because again, podium, 3rd place, 15 points. And the Aston Martins finished Alonso in 7th, so I gained 9 points on them. So that's what's been a continued good position going forward with the our goal of an 8th place finish. The driver standings now has gotten really, really, really tight. Charles Leclerc gets himself back in the fight with 14 points out of 1st place with his win, and was really sort of me being the blockade that sort of scrambled up the McLarens and the Ferraris and the Red Bulls, and I believe Oscar finished 2 points ahead, or 2 positions ahead of Norris. Verstappen was barely in the points, and that means we are in a spot where the top 4 are separated by just 14 points going into the next round in Belgium. So that is really, really fascinating. Carlos Sainz 6th, Hamilton 7th, Sergio Perez in 8th. I'm actually only three points behind Sergio Perez. 9th place, that's where we are, and then Fernando Alonso is in 10th. So there you go, that was the Hungarian Grand Prix as Charles Leclerc. Is it? I would say, I'm not sure if it's like, I always get this mixed up. It's either Charles or Charles, but Leclerc, he gets himself into championship position, not first place obviously, but back in the fight for the championship. And while Ollie Behrman did finish last on the track, mainly because of he did finish ahead of Alexander Albon, who was the only DNF in the race. He did finish ahead of Gasly and Bottas, who had time penalties. So he did get an inside the top 20 finish off of on his second start here of the season. Take a look at what is to come. And I believe there's a short turnaround here to the Belgian Grand Prix. Second driver performance review. Personnel, we all have at one. So fabrication. Yeah, I think fabrication upgrade will be good to go with there. And the roll dappers and...
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
The upgrades came in, which is good. So, thank you for watching the Hungarian Grand Prix, and as I go over to our little trophy icon here, our first podium in Budapest. Though it's funny, that will be the only time I'm racing in Budapest in this career mode, but thank you for watching the one and only Hungarian Grand Prix in this career mode. And I will see you next time for the Belgian Grand Prix, going from one of my least favorite tracks to one of my favorite tracks on the circuit.